Okay, so let's look at your questions for this holiday planner task, the initial questions. Okay, so Lauren asks, for the holiday planning, do we work in teams or individual? It's individual. Okay, so you get what mark you deserve then, but you're more than welcome to discuss this and collaborate in pairs or groups, or talk it out on a chat forum or wherever you want to do, or maybe you just ring somebody and you can talk through it and help each other out. No problem with that, but you will have to submit your own work, but try and not have it identical to someone else's work, because then I'll start asking questions. You need to think independently, but discuss with other people is no problem at all. And I actually encourage you to discuss with people at home. Okay, so if you can talk this task over with someone, a parent, maybe some of the more difficult discussion questions, maybe they can help you out, no problem. Another question, Rosalina asks, are we going to travel? No. So it's only a fictitious made-up family of 4 adults who are not going to travel anywhere, but you are planning for them to travel. So you're going to present to this made-up family, which is actually just me. Maybe I will travel. If you do a really good job, maybe I'll go to one of these countries. Ethan asks, will question number 3 change question number 2? So let's just remind ourselves, question 3 is, are there any real life factors that might affect these savings? And explain and give examples. Yes. Now question 2, just keep your answer. How long will it take them to save for 50 million? Leave that answer the same, Ethan, for question 2, but then have an adjusted answer if you want to adjust it in question 3. Put in your adjusted answers in question 3, but have your answer for 50 million in question 2. Sophia asks, is this due next Thursday? Yes, so this Thursday, it's a draft in your workbook is due from, and I'm going to have a little look at that. So all 18 questions. Now we only have 7 today, but we're going to build it up over the next 3 days. All 18 questions must be answered to some degree. If you plan to do more work on a particular question, just you can write a little note to say that. But the actual one then will be due in 2 weeks, Thursday, the 3rd of December. Rani asks, will we have class time to do this? Yes, every class time from now until that Thursday morning. So you won't get the Thursday the 3rd, but you will get Wednesday the 2nd and all classes before that to work on this, to ask questions and to come up with a piece of work. All your work so far should be done in your workbook. This is only a draft until Thursday, this Thursday, and then after that you can do your actual one. Lewis asked a good question. What if we have no printer? I want to take the photo of the currency exchange. Okay, that's the only thing that you cannot do without a printer. Everything else you can. You don't need to print. And if you need me to do that for you, I'll do that for you. So you just send me that picture. If you need me to adjust the exchange rate, if you don't have a printer at home, you can send it to me and I will give you the printout of that. That's the only thing. And I'll also give you the cover page. So if you need the printout of that, do take a picture at some stage. You're going to have to take a picture of one of those currency exchange or more than one of those currency exchange, and you can compare those. Okay.
Mr. Collins?
No. I'm going through the questions in the chat, and you can add a question at the end, Kaylin, please. Priyanka, our rough draft will be answering the questions. Yes, exactly. So answer the 7 questions from today, and there's 11 more over the next 2 days. Just answer them. They don't have to be perfect, and you can make a little note to say it's going to be better, or I plan to do this, that, and the other. I plan to research this more. But yes, so minimum, not minimum, try and get all 7 done, the first 7 done today, so there's less work to do over the next 2 days. Pauline asked, do we make the booklet ourselves? Yes. So the booklet, if you want, I will give you A4 pages for you to just write on, or you can do it on your device. But if you are doing it on your device, that's for you to print off, not me to print off. I will only print off your exchange rate picture if you need that. Everything else, you need to, if you're doing it on a device, you need to print that. Okay, so you can either write it on A4 pages, which I'll give you on Thursday after you've done your draft. Now your draft is in your workbook, so start off in your workbook. It's all rough work until Thursday, and then on Thursday we have 1 week to polish it up and make it look good. What do we write in our draft? Yeah, there's only 7 questions today, and then there's more tomorrow, and then there's further ones on Wednesday. So I'm going to break it up into 3 days for you, just to start off. Each section will have a video giving explanations. Okay, so 7 just today. Yes, I'll give you them all. You'll have them all by Wednesday morning. Anissa, are these questions due on Thursday? Yeah, you'll have to have a draft of them. Not your final answers, just a draft. And maybe I can help you out if I see that you're struggling at any particular question on Thursday. Julie, is there a Word document and do we make a copy of it? I'll give you a Word document copy if you want. I can post that on ManageBack if you want to make a copy of it. Remember, you don't have to write the questions. For the moment, you're just doing it in your book though. Everybody does it in their book. Don't do anything online yet. Do it in your book. Sophia, in our rough draft, will we answer the question? Yes, in the rough draft, okay? Answer the questions in your workbook, all questions. So there's only 7 today. Are there only questions for these? No, there's 18 questions, as I said, Anissa. So there's only 7 out of 18 released today. Rosina asks, do we have to get all the questions all correct? I suppose you can try, yeah. Most of the questions have no correct answer. Some of them are based on opinion, some of them are discussions. So you just say your opinion based on what you know or what you've calculated, and so some of them are discussion questions. Julie, if you're not familiar with example exchange, yeah, talk it out with your parents. Yeah, so for currency exchange, so this is everybody should listen for this. It's just going to be a division, because for every 1, let's say, Australian dollar, it's 9,500 Indonesian rupiah. So you just have to divide by 9,500 to convert the 50 million into Australian dollars. It's a ratio of 1 to 9,500. So you need to divide by, so it's all division. The 3 currency exchanges, find the currency exchange and then divide that number, the 50 million by that number. Okay, so the currency exchange. So you can try it out today, and then if you're still struggling on it, when you actually do it, you can log back in and ask me questions, or you can wait till tomorrow to ask me on that. You have to be more specific, Asya, with your question. Rani, 4 adults. 4 adults. Okay, Derek.
No kids?
No, no kids, yes. Derek, you said we can use any type of paper. Does that include A5? Yeah, Derek, you can use any type of paper. My cover sheet's going to be an A4 page, but it's up to you. If you want to use A5, yep, because it's a booklet, you can make it smaller, and that's fine. Okay, you can design your front cover if you want. That's no issues. Lewis says you need to put all. Sorry, Lewis asks, can I put my answers in my book? Everybody, all of you, need to do the draft in your book. Do your draft in your book. Okay, so all questions answered in your book first. Do not start the real one yet, because you might be making some mistakes, and I want to help you out before you do the real thing. Okay. It's recorded. I'm not sure what that means, Ethan. Sophia, if we're allowed to ask the parents for help, what if they don't know? Do we just ask you and Miss Whittian? Yeah, you can ask. It's really just your opinion. So there's no extra mark for having a better opinion. A lot of parents won't have answers to these questions, so you might have to research. Okay. So it's up to you, but you can ask us if we can direct you as to what you can say. Alma, is our final product allowed to be digital? No. Unless you're distance learning, no, print it out. So if you are doing it online and you're doing it on your device, you need to print it. Okay, so or find out printed in school if you want, but you have to. I'm not sure if there's that available anymore due to COVID. So print it at home. If you're not able to print it at home, just do it on the piece of paper I give it to you. But we're not starting that until Thursday. Just do the rough draft now in your workbook. Everything in your workbook today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Everything in your workbook. Caleb, yeah, you can hang on afterwards. No, Oliver, today's computer. No, do it in your workbook, not on the computer. Okay. Could I have an A4 paper, please? Lewis, you will get them on Thursday. Yes, everything until Thursday is in your workbook. Our rough draft can be digital. No, it's in your workbook, Sophia. Nothing digital yet. What do you mean as a draft? I mean, answer the questions like it was the exam. This is the same. It's going to be the same thing, but it's your first attempt. So on Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday, myself and Miss Whittian will be giving you some advice on this draft, helping you out, and we can write on it. Whereas on the actual one, we won't write on it. After Thursday, we will give you feedback, but it will just be verbal, and we won't be helping as much written. So have something in your book for Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday needs to be finished for all 18 questions. So you can only do the first 7 today because there only is 7 so far. Okay, that's what I mean by a draft. Are these questions the same as the final product? No. Oh, so the questions will be the same, but your answers can change right up until the final day. So what you produce on Thursday, I'm not marking you on. I'm only giving you feedback on. I'm only saying, oh, you might need to look at question 7. You might need to do some research on that, or you might need to look at question 3. I think your answer is slightly wrong. I'll help you. Okay. Yes, you're allowed a calculator. So we only need to do questions 1 to 7 by Thursday. Only 1 to 7 today. Tomorrow you're going to get up to question 11, and then on Wednesday you're going to get questions 12 through 18. So it's broken up into 3 days. So they all will be due on Thursday. So don't leave anything beyond today. Get 7 answers today because you won't have that much time in class. You can do it for homework if you want. Pauline asks, so today we make a draft and just write the questions in our books. You don't need to write the questions. You can write the question number. So this is my answer. Question 1, I know the questions. You don't need to write the questions, just the answers, in your books. You get started on the booklet on Thursday this week, which gives you 1 week to hand it in the following Thursday. The whole thing is due next week, yes. The first 3 aren't opinion-based questions, right? The question 3 is an opinion about savings. First 1 and 2 are not opinions, no. So you should be able to work those out. All right, Derek, for the draft, can we just say the answers no working out shown? I wouldn't recommend that, Derek, no. So if you do a good draft, you can just copy it for your real thing, okay? So if you want, you can not show any working out, but then I can't see where you went wrong if you do go wrong. Okay. Asher, for the picture of another exchanger, can we take a picture and then write it down on your paper? Yes, you're more than welcome. If you don't want to print a picture, you can say maybe just the address, what street it was on, you found it, and these are the exchange rates I found, okay? Rosalina, do we have to finish all the questions we have to do today? You don't have to finish them all. I'd recommend finishing them all today. And I'll be looking at them on Thursday, so you can do them for homework if you wish. Lewis, is this a double lesson? Yes, it is. Tao, I'm not at school. Will you send me the questions? The questions are all on Manage Back already. Check the file, day 1 for holiday planner. Pauline, so today until Thursday, we just write 7 questions in your book. That's all. No. Question 1 to 7 today. And then there's more tomorrow, new questions tomorrow, and even more new questions on Wednesday. So there's 18 questions in total. Anissa, for the real thing, we only have 1 day to do it. No, you have 1 week. This is the real thing. You're just doing the draft first, the rough work first. And on starting Thursday, you can start your real one, and I'll give you 1 week to do that, and class time to do that. Okay, when and where will you send the new questions? New questions, so questions 7 to 11 tomorrow. I'll give them during class tomorrow. So the draft is kind of practice. Yes, like a practice test if you want, but it's going to be the same. It's the exact same thing as the real one. So we can help you out, but it's the exact same thing. So there's no surprises. You'll just do the draft in your workbook, and then I'll give you some feedback. Okay, so there's a few hands up there. If you want to leave now, you're more than welcome to leave if you've no further questions, and just get working on it. And you can pop back in and ask me questions if you want.
Thank you. Bye.
So do we have to do all 7 questions?
If you have a question, stay there. If you have a question, stay there. You don't need to say goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Bye.
All right. So if you have a question, put your hand up if you want a verbal question, and I'll start answering them now.
Thank you.
Mr. Collins.
Okay, we'll start with you, Killian. Yes.
I watched the videos, but I'm still very confused with this project.
Okay. So go to the document and just try and do question 1. Just start doing it. And
Okay,
if you're
thank you, Mr.
If you're
Collins.
confused, watch the video for section A.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Collins. So I just for example, for one page in my book, I just do that there, just like a normal worksheet.
Yeah, it's just like an normal, just answer the questions, basically, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, just start
Until
question A.
section B, right? Start
at section A.
Okay, but we go till section B.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Bye.
Okay. Any other questions from the people remaining? Yes, Asya?
I don't really get the thing that we were supposed to do, and I wrote it down in the chat.
You don't get what we're supposed to do?
Yes, I watched the video like 5 times already, and I still don't get it.
Okay. Well, have you looked at the document yet? There's just 7 questions you have to answer. That's it. So I'm giving loads of information, which can be a lot today, but just start at question 1. Just try and answer question 1. Sorry, Asya?
Okay, thanks, Mr. Collins.
Okay.
For the question for the math, I know what I get. I didn't really get the video, but I know how to just do the. I'll just do the 7 questions. I don't know that one.
Just do the 7. Yeah, just do the 7 questions. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by like a draft. Like.
It's just a practice go. I'm not going to mark you on it, so it's a practice go in your book.
What's a draft? Like I don't know.
It's a practice. A draft is a practice.
So we just do. So we just put the. We go online. It should be on ManageBack. Is it on ManageBack? The questions.
The questions are on ManageBack in your calendar today. Yes.
And then
so
I
go
do a book.
and write your answers. So 7 questions today. Just write your 7 answers in your book. We're working out.
Okay. Do we need a math book or we need a paper?
No, you need to do it in your math book.
Okay. And then do we have to wait until tomorrow until the next questions?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.